Hello everyone. It's after the close on Wednesday, September 29th, and I decided to do a special recording on how to read Ichimoku charts and other things that I have on my chart settings because a lot of people had asked me to do so, and because I ran out of time just explaining it to people on a one-off basis. So I'm going to put a little recording here. And if you have further questions, just go to my site at profitableswingtrading.com and send me an email, and I'll attempt to get back to everybody. So again, here's the diamonds on the left, the SPY in the middle, the Qs on the right. We're only going to look at the daily charts today. So remember, you might remember from some of my recordings that this blue line, also called the Chikou line in Ichimoku speak, is one of the primary indicators of an uptrend or a downtrend. And let me show you how this works. The Chikou line, essentially this blue line plots the price 26 bars in the future. And no, it doesn't know what the future is, but that's a different way of saying that today's price action, let's look at today, 9/29, is plotted 26 days into the past. So if you look at, let me get a pen. If you look at this bar, which is today's action, you can say that it corresponds with that bar right there. Today's action on the SPY, that bar corresponds to Chikou at that level, and this bar here corresponds to the Chikou at that level. Okay. So the other thing that I've set up on my charts personally, I found this to be very useful, is that this distance here, right from there, and this one, today's bar to here, and today's bar to here, happens to be 20, you guessed it, 6 bars. And the reason I do that is to help me out visually. And maybe this will help you out also. So because this is such a strong indicator of uptrends and downtrends, when the Chikou line, this line, the blue line, is below the 26 days ago price, it tends to be a very bearish market. Now that might seem to some people quite a simplistic way to do it, but you'll be amazed at how well this works. And as a matter of fact, if you register for my next edition of my Ichimoku book, I'll explain how all these indicators are constructed and what they mean. But nevertheless, let's go back to where this Chikou line crossed below the current price on the diamonds. Happens to be this bar right here. Okay, and 26 bars into the future happens to be on the diamonds 9/9. So let's go up to 9/9. That's this bar right here. So this bar, let me get my pen back. This bar on 9/9 right there was the bar that the Chikou line right here crossed below that reference price. This is 26 bars. And if you go back and count them, I think you'll find that I'm correct. On the SPY, that happened on 9/17. That was this bar right here. I'm sorry, this bar right here. So as soon as we got to this bar, we knew, or we could see, that the Chikou line had crossed below the price bar of 26 bars prior. Let me get the pen out and I'll show you exactly what that means. I think it was this bar we were looking at right here. The Chikou line was plotted 26 bars back, which was this spot right here. And you'll see quite clearly that the Chikou line had dropped below that reference price. And since that time, you can see that the SPY has continued to drop, as well as the diamonds have continued to drop precipitously. Now, the Qs are a little bit different animal. The Qs, if you remember over my prior recordings, were a little bit stronger. This actually changed on 9/20, which is this bar right here, 9/20, this bar right here. So let me get my pen back. So on this bar right here, 26 bars previously from 9/20th was this bar on the Chikou right here. Right? That's 26 bars. So even though we had this little jump up in prices, that was a bounce from an overstretched position, probably wouldn't have taken any of those trades based on this short bounce, but you might have taken some short-term trades. Because primarily, once we got to this point, we had a downtrending upper trend line. Very bearish, right? So let me explain how else I use these, and then we'll wrap this short recording up. So this is an uptrend, a downtrending line across the top of the price action. Now with the Chikou line down here, what we would like is by the time we get to this area over here, this line needs to be above whatever prices are at that time to be bullish. If it's still below it, it'll be bearish. So you need to watch out for that. Watch this Chikou line in relation to the current day's price 26 bars ago. All right. So it takes a little bit of mind exercise to picture this, but the time we get to here, we'll have 26 bars of action in here, and this Chikou line will then be reflected to 26 bars ago, which if it was today, it would be this bar. In similar fashion, there's 26 bars from here to here. So you know that whatever price is on here, that Chikou line needs to be above whatever the current price is 26 bars ago, either above it or below. And the same for here. This is a little muddier, but again, 26 bars is to here. Whatever price action is here, this Chikou line needs to be above it 26 lines prior. If it's above, it tends to be bearish, bullish. If it's below, it tends to be bearish. Okay, so what does that mean for me? What am I watching for here? This is where some future thinking needs to come in. I'm expecting, or I wouldn't be surprised, let's put it that way, because I don't like to predict. I wouldn't be surprised that we have some sort of a rally in here up to this upper trend line. Now, when prices get to that upper trend line, we'll try that over here, and we'll try that over here. When it gets to that upper trend line, you need to watch out what this Chikou is doing, depending on the prices that are 26 bars previous. If it's breaking above, then we might expect a move through this, come back to retest, and then move up. It all depends, right? If it hits this line of resistance and falls down this way, then the Chikou line will probably already be indicating that we're in a very bearish situation in the fact that this line is still below the 26 prior price line. In the same fashion here, we got to get above this to be going up. It would be better if we had this, some sort of a bounce and then go up. But I'm anticipating that this is going to be some sort of resistance because of the presence of this Chikou line. And the same with the Qs. We need to see it get above this downtrending line, either straight up or in a bounce or something like that. With this Chikou line in such a bearish condition with all these increasing volume bars on the downside, I would expect maybe a bounce here and then some more downside. So I'm waiting for confirmation from the Chikou line before I think I would have any confidence that this market is going to move up from here. I think there's a lot of bad news to come out. So we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what happens. But I hope that helps everybody who's listening to this try and sort of ascertain what might be happening in the markets. Again, if you have any questions, visit me at profitableswingtrading.com. Go to the contact us or contact me form and send me an email and I'll get back to you. Thanks for listening. Hope you have a great day and we'll talk to you later.